This is the Cozy Corner podcast. I'm BTL. I am here with Emma and Shalisa. What it do, ladies?
Hello.
Remember?
We still with what it do?
Yeah, you were on the What It Do train last episode.
It was just a joke, guys.
I like what it do.
Oh, I have a fan. I have a What It Do fan. I'm gonna get shirts made.
What about Do the Do?
I think that's taken.
No, I've never heard it before.
Be sure to follow us on Twitter. That's at Cozy Corner Show, all one word, Cozy with a K and a Z. And what is on Insta?
Corner the Cozy.
Corner the Cozy. We stream live from MP3 every Friday at 7 p.m. on Writing Retro Radio. Catch up on all past and present shows. Go to writingretroradio.com, click on shows, and Cozy Corner there. Now, do you want to plug a sponsor?
Oh, God.
Now that California, the whole state of California is quarantined because of our sponsor. They're still wiring money to us. Shalisa travels for a living, so I'm sure she's actually been, in the muck of people who are sick right now in the hospital.
In the hospital?
Yeah.
Please inform me a little bit.
I mean, haven't you been watching the news?
Is it on the news?
Yeah, it's definitely on the news.
Channel 0.
They're saying something about it being very, I don't know, bath salty. That incident that happened in Miami with the bath salt?
Similar to bath salt.
They're saying they're comparing it to that, and they're, blaming Yimmy's popcorn.
Yeah, they say it just kind of popped out of nowhere.
So it's just popping all around?
So don't forget to order your bag. Only ships from China.
Word.
Enjoy that popcorn.
Quick follow-up on our last episode. We did talk about Kanye a little bit. His social media, as of now, he deleted it. It's gone.
Wow.
Shocking.
Not there anymore. And his album, still no word on his album being released.
I just want old Kanye back. I feel like he's not the same. And you know what? That's fine, those of you who love Kim Kardashian. But ever since he got married to her, unfortunately, he's not the same.
Do you think it has to do with Kim Kardashian?
I'm not sure, but I'm just saying, well, maybe it doesn't, but he's not the same Kanye as the workout plan Kanye.
Oh my God, I love
workout plan Kanye and drunken hot girl Kanye. I want that Kanye back. I used to have his CDs. Now I don't want that. I like it. I like one of the songs on this CD, but I don't know about Kanye.
There's last SNL. I didn't watch it, but there's a Weekend Update portion with Ariana Grande's husband. What's his name?
Okay. Well, let's have some respect for Pete Davidson.
Pete Davidson.
Okay,
That's it.
Just Ariana Grande's boyfriend. That's like somebody calling you Ember's boyfriend. How do you appreciate that? How do you feel about that?
Oh,
that
Ember
would sound great on my resume. Can I put that on line 7? Right under...
Oh, my heart is tingling inside.
Vomit.
He went on a rant about Kanye and mental health.
Okay.
Well, because he's friends with which is interesting. So Pete Davidson's friends with Kid Cudi. He even said on The Breakfast Club that Kid Cudi is a reason Pete Davidson's even alive. And that's just based off his music. Kid Cudi's, has some really...
deep stuff
like The Prayer. If you guys are listening, Kid Cudi, The Prayers hits me in my soul. So he's really tight with Kid Cudi.
Okay.
Kid Cudi just has an album with Kanye that released this year, which is Kids See Ghost.
Okay.
That's a really good album too. I mean, I really like some good music on it. So I mean, obviously he probably has a Kanye connection just with that.
Right.
Gotcha.
And Kid Cudi suffers from mental health issues as well. And he's been very open about that.
Yeah, and so does Pete Davidson. He's been open about that as well. And so if you're invested at all about what happened last week, or the week before, rather, on Saturday Night Live, definitely watch that segment.
I think the whole Kanye situation thing escalated once his mother passed away. And then he just went off the rails, and then on medication, off medication, and that's why he's so up and down.
Okay. That's a good point. I guess I totally forgot. Not that I didn't put those two and two together. I'm sorry, I blamed his wife, but maybe not. Maybe it had to do with the mother. You lost your mother. She's
I
probably
think she's
very close. Very close, I'm sure. But especially if you lose her in that kind of way. So sudden. But, I mean, I just want to know what part of him thinks that Trump is anything but great. I mean, you thought Bush didn't like black people, but
That's right.
So true.
he never said anything
I forgot
about
that.
Bush never said nothing,
Legit,
anything
how
about.
Kanye felt about that moment, like George Bush doesn't care about black people,
Yeah.
is the way I feel about Donald Trump doesn't care about Hispanic people.
Exactly.
Like, I
He
straight up
doesn't
feel
care
this
about
way because
anybody.
of Puerto Rico.
Trump called some Nazis fine people.
Oh, on both sides, that whole situation.
Yeah, he said
Yeah.
there's fine people on both sides. So that would mean there's fine Nazis in Trump's eyes,
There's
which means
no fine Nazis.
yeah, but that's
There's
all-
nothing about a Nazi.
But
like
that's
a good-hearted
like so. If
Nazi.
George
Yeah,
Bush
there's
hates black people, so the fuck does Donald Trump?
Exactly. I mean,
I
there's no
agree.
comparison. Like, you
What did he
can't-
call? What did he call
said-
the Haitians? He called Haiti like
I don't know.
like a dump or something.
But
like
either
that.
he don't like any minorities. Period. He may have said stuff about Mexicans and Spanish people, but I don't feel like he has any better eye on blacks or
No, he
Asians
doesn't.
or anything like that. I don't feel like he has
or
any.
women.
Yeah, he doesn't care. He doesn't. So when you say that George Bush doesn't
Yeah.
like black people, what do you think your president now likes people? He doesn't like anybody. He probably really doesn't like.
He
black
legit
guys.
doesn't think women have brains at all. Like, get your red fucking coats ready, women. It's starting to be that time.
Oh, that's a reference to
Handmaid's Tale.
Handmaid's Tale.
That shit is
Wow.
that shit is scary because it could happen, and the more and more shit happens, it's
The
getting
more
scarier.
it looks like it could be.
It's really weird because it's either like the whole Me Too movement, like women have power and, you know, all of this stuff, and then this Brett Kavanaugh situation.
It's like
and then we
close
see like,
off.
actually, no, you don't.
I actually saw him being sworn in, and I saw that he has 2 young girls. Mm-hmm. 2 young girls.
Yeah.
That's weird. I have no comment, but I just feel like that's very ironic.
It is. It is for a father of women, for little girls.
2 girls, not boys. 2 girls. I don't get it.
You wonder if those girls will ever boof?
Never know.
It's really a weird time. Hopefully it's just a phase that this whole situation is going to happen. But I definitely think there's either like an extreme, like you either have to be like burning your bras and standing up for women and believing all of these women who are saying stuff.
Yes.
Or you have to be like, I'm going to shut up. I'm not going to say anything. And then just see what happens.
Yeah, there was some sort of someone took a screenshot of a tweet and made it a meme, one of those things, where someone pointed out if you went into a job interview with 1,000 women outside of the building screaming that you're a rapist, you would not get that job.
Yeah.
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 It's true.
Yeah. I actually just worked with someone, I want to feel like. See, all my days are running together. I'm trying to make sure that it wasn't with you. No. Okay, anyway, this short story. We were talking. No, it wasn't. I was actually on a layover. And we were talking as we were walking that women have a curfew. Like, if you think about it,
Oh, yeah.
you naturally, women don't go running after the sun goes down. Like, we have naturally in our heads, you don't do certain stuff alone. You don't go to the bathroom alone. Your mom tells you, stay together. You don't put your drink down and walk away. Women
I get
have
scared
been,
at gas stations.
we don't go places by ourselves. We can't do what an average man can do. And in today's date, unfortunately, we can't do what average white males can do, because even some black guys can't do what other white men can do, unfortunately. But men in general don't have a curfew. You don't need to be in the house by 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, or when the sun goes down. Let's just say that, because time doesn't even matter.
You also have to worry about what you're wearing.
Yeah.
Let's say you're wearing a Sunday dress in the afternoon. You're wearing a Sunday dress, and it ends up just being a little too late, and you have to walk to your car by yourself.
Yeah.
Like, things like that is like what women have to deal with every day, and we're so used to it
that it doesn't even. When we were talking about it, it was like something I was like, "What?" And she's like, "Oh, yeah, women have a curfew," and I'm like.
Well, on The Real, they had like a segment and they were like, what would you do if a guy had a curfew at 9 p.m.? And I was just like, I don't know, like, I don't understand, you know, like I didn't see like the big deal out of it. And then they started bringing up those kind of things like, you know, you can go grocery shopping, you can go, you know, to the gym, you can do all this stuff. And then I was just like, holy shit. Yeah. I never even thought about that. That's so true.
I don't know if that stemmed from it, but now I see where it started from, and I had a brain fart. But it was saying, what would you, like, if women didn't, if this world had no men in it, women could go jogging at 10 o'clock at night. Women could do a lot of things by them, like at any time of the night they wanted, because they're less intimidated. Like when there's other women around, like how many women do you know putting like not punching your lights out while you're trying to jog down the street?
Now, BTL.
Hi.
You are the male, and well, I mean, we're very diverse in this in this podcast at the moment. But BTL, as a white male, how do you feel about women talking about this stuff? Like, what are you seeing, like, the point of it? Are you saying, like, well, why don't you just run outside? You know, like, what is your take on it?
Well, hell yeah, women need to be respected more. That's just, it's so, as I was getting older, I never realized, thankfully, as a child, how gross a lot of men are. Just how fucked up. And to me, I'm just like, the fuck? Why would you even, like, follow someone in a parking lot? What makes you tick you would force yourself upon someone? I don't quite understand why that's acceptable to some people. So it kind of blows my mind that people are like that in the first place, that they're not decent, that they're inhuman, I would almost say.
Now, like, I've heard places and like Facebook and Twitter and all this stuff that it's a scary time for men because you don't know what's going to come out of your closet. You have no idea what's going to come out, who's going to come out. So in your situation, is there any kind of evaluation that you make on like the past relationships that you've had or past interactions that you have with women that like make you think like, oh, maybe that wasn't okay?
No. The thing is, the people pointing that out, that's not a new concept. That's called blackmail. Blackmail's been around forever, and that blackmail happens on many different levels.
But you don't think the Me Too movement gives more of a highlight on that situation, where you can lose your job, where you can lose your friends, where you can lose your reputation?
I believe now that sexual harassment and things of that nature are finally getting the attention they deserve, and they should have been taken this critically from the get-go. Yeah. So it's not that men should be scared. This should have been the policy, or not the policy because we really haven't done too much, but this should have been the spotlight on it. Yeah. From the get-go.
You shouldn't be scared if you didn't do anything. Yeah. So if you're scared, then you did something. So those of you, the men who haven't done anything, they have nothing to worry about. If you never forced yourself or kind of don't remember what you did at that party, then that's one thing.
Other side of it, as a woman, do you look back on your interactions with men and think that wasn't okay?
I feel like me personally, I haven't looked back like in depth, but I have friends who probably have had that situation. Or you might think of like even something as simple as when you're being intimate with someone. Yes, you give consent to have sex with them, but what if the sex is rougher than you want and you're like, no, stop? Or like if they didn't put a condom on right away, or like you didn't give them the consent to do certain actions. Is that something that's a part of the Me Too movement? Or is that just like,
no, it totally
he took it to another level? Like, I feel like it's kind of like tricky. Like,
it's so tricky because there can be the same exact situation where I feel that it wasn't right. It wasn't right. I feel weird about it. I think about it, all that stuff. And then to the guy, it could be like a whole other interaction where it was something completely fun and it was
normal,
no big deal.
Yeah.
And that's where I feel like it ends up getting really gray, where people are like, she's lying, it was consensual. Because maybe you thought that, but like if you really saw it on the other side, it really wasn't.
Exactly.
You know, so it is,
especially if you don't know it. And that's one thing where you get to the whole thing where I hope this also teaches young guys. I hope it teaches young people in general what the hell consent means. Yes and no. You need to respect no, and you need to understand what yes means.
I can literally be butt naked in front of you,
and that does not mean, oh well, she got naked. You don't. That doesn't mean anything. I can wear my tits hanging out if I want to. I can wear my butt hanging out. It's mine. You don't have the authority to grab it or touch me or anything like that. And that's why I think they need to teach young people, because obviously there's something being missed along the way where consent isn't being like thought about. And that's what I think needs to be discussed even a little bit in depth. If I ever had a son or a daughter, you need to understand yes means yes, no means no. And if you decide to be intimate with someone, you need to tell them, yeah, I'm cool with doing this, but this is my comfort level, or I would want you to stop if I say stop, but you know, yes, no, maybe, stop. Stop is another thing people need to learn.
Go a little slower.
Right. When you learn what your pee-pee is and how to use it, you should also learn when to use it.
Exactly. Use it.
I thought like pee-pee was like personal space for some reason. I now understand.
You learn how to learn.
Pee-pee is eggplant.
So innocent you are.
Eggplant.
I'm very innocent.
Learn where to put your eggplant.
What is sex?
Well, that was a very eventful episode.
Yes.
Yeah, guys, we got deep into it.
I liked it.
Deep into it.
With consent.
With consent. Thank you. Thank you.
We penetrated your ears
Deeper.
with consent because you pressed play.
Play was yes. Or was it? Did your finger slip? So, we've been attempting, maybe you can help us out with this, Shalisa. We've been attempting this final segment for a couple episodes now of Ember's final thoughts.
Oh.
She's never had any final thoughts about anything.
Oh.
So, you know what, Ember? Shalisa, what are your final thoughts today to wrap us up?
I didn't even know we were doing that.
Final thoughts on just everything? It's not just in general about what we're talking about today.
Yeah, just your final thoughts.
My final thoughts would be...
How are you feeling now?
Friendships are golden when they are equal.
Wow.
That's my final
Friendships are golden when they are equal.
You give and you take.
Yeah, you give and you take.
You take and you give and you take.
Yeah, that's what friendship is. Final thoughts.
Wow. And only friends would consent to golden showers.
Yeah. I don't know what kind of friend. This friendship, no golden showers happening.
I guess we're not good friends, huh?
Yeah, we're not. No golden showers over here.
All right, so the outro music's coming in. Be sure to catch us next week. I believe we'll do one. And then is it Halloween?
It's Halloween. We have special event Halloween.
A special Halloween specialness coming up for you for the
Halloween season.
There it is. All right, for Cozy Corner on BTL.
I'm Amber.
And this is Shalisa.
Have a good night.